Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for another track guide this week from Okayama.
Rally your homo.
Hey, Matty. I'm only a homo for the right people.
Anyone who'll take it.
All right, guys, welcome back for the third round of the V8 Veterans this week from Okayama, as I said. So I'm running a 53% brake bias this week, just a little bit under what Jamie's standard is, as I'm a bit more of a late braker. So it helps to pull me up a little bit more. Did a 128.8 this week. Could possibly go a bit quicker, just the later section of the tracks. It's not hindering me. I find it the way I'm taking it is right. I just have to get a little bit smoother and maybe try not to brake as late as what I'm doing or get on the brakes as hard. But anyway, we'll get into it without further ado. All right, so I'm just going to leave it in the chase cam there this week. Not going to get it on the angles. Come down the main straight, guys, all the way up into sixth gear. Just before the Dunlop overpass there, probably about a car and a half length. You can see I'm already lightly on the brakes there, but about maybe a car and a half, 2 car lengths before that one, I get quite hard on the brakes. From sixth all the way back down to third. I don't go back down to second. Keep it out to the left here and then trailing off into a bit of a mid apex into the first corner. As you'll see here, trailing off, touching the apex there, and then just accelerating out. Try not to drift too far out to the left here. I try to keep more mid-track just so that you're not using all the track. You're keeping it tighter into the corner, and then you're getting, because you have to come back over to the right to set up the second corner, the second left-hander. So you want to keep it reasonably mid-track or more over to the right in third gear. Out. So I'm coming out of the first corner in third, shifting up to fourth. So keeping it more mid-track there, then coming all the way over to the right, trying not to lose the arse end too much, as I was about to do there. So you're coming over to the right-hand side of the track here, about a car and a half length, about a car length before that green ripple strip on the right there. You want to turn in. This can be a bit of a tricky one, but you want to make sure you're turning, just starting to turn and then on the brakes. So I've noticed like during the week or today and yesterday, I was coming across and then hitting that brake marker, but then braking and then trying to turn in, yeah, it doesn't really work. You want to turn in first and then slightly on the brakes, which will bring you across to your apex, and then you can get a good run out of it, as you should see here in fourth gear, guys. Just lightly on the brakes there. You should see on the telemetry, hitting your apex and then accelerating out. Try not to go out to the right there. I think you can go out quite wide there. You can actually hit the probably just touch the gravel, I think, without getting a penalty. Probably wouldn't push it, but you don't want to drop your left-hand tires inside the red and white ripple strip there. And if you do that, you will lose time, obviously. So coming out of there in fourth gear, up to fifth, all the way up to sixth gear down the back straight here. And then once again, just before the 100, I look for the 100 as my brake marker, but it's usually just before that. I'll get off the accelerator and on the brakes. All the way back down to third. I have tried second and third into this corner today and yesterday. I'm holding third at the moment. I'm just finding I'll hold a little bit more speed if I get the right angle into this corner if I'm in third, which will keep my time down, which is helping at the moment. I'd imagine if you try to pass someone, if you get the overlap down here and you're braking a little bit late to pull it up into this corner, you probably want to select second for this corner. So yeah, once again, all the way up into sixth, braking just before the 100 in a straight line and then trailing off sort of a bit of an earlier apex, but then holding the curb all the way around, as you'll see here. I'll show you. So all the way back down to third, trailing off into the corner, nice and tight there, and then just trying to keep it nice and tight as much as you can here. So you'll come into the corner, there'll be the corner there, it'll trail all the way around, there's more of a kink. As you hit that kink, that's where I want to stay nice and tight and then once you hit that one, really hard on the gas without losing the arse end, just to get a good run out of this right-hander. There, you want to hit it right there, get back on the gas nice and hard, using all of the track down the back straight here, guys. So all the way up into sixth gear down the back straight here, guys. Right there. So I'm looking at this post here, this thicker post before the 100. It's about 2 or 3 car lengths just before that one. There's not really a brake marker there. You probably can push it towards this post. I have done it during the week. If you got the overlap and you're going to pass someone up the inside into this corner. But typically, yeah, about 2 car lengths before that thicker post. So as I said, all the way up into sixth gear, all the way back down to second. I don't select first for this one. Gear ratio is a little bit low for me, so I've noticed I'll get a bit excited, shift it early, and then just get all that compression, get the car unstable, and then I don't get a good run through the corner. So I just hold second. I'm more of a straight line through here, and then as I start trailing, I hit mid track, and then keeping it nice and tight on the curb, and keeping it nice and tight all the way around the corner. Make sure you're all the way around the corner before you accelerate out, because once again, you don't want to drift out to the left there. So as you'll see here, quite quickly down the gears, all the way back down to second, nice and tight there. Right, you could probably keep it even a little bit more tighter than that. As I said, don't drift all the way out to the left there, because you have to come back across to the right. So keep it at least mid-track, if not more over to the right, coming out of this right-hander, and just keeping it over to the right. So I am in second here, coming out in second, and holding it into this next left-hander. So coming over to the right here. So with this corner, it's more downhill. So as you come into it, you're braking and then you're turning in, but the hill's still going down this way. So it will shoot the car across that way. So you want to pull up just a little bit earlier, or get off the accelerator just a little bit earlier than what you might think, just to steady the car and not get that drift all the way out. And you can lose the arse end quite easily through this one. So just keep an eye on that one. But I am second gear into this one, hit my apex, and then short shifting third just to get a good run out of it. As you'll see here, probably a mid apex there, short shifting third, and then getting a good run out. Once again, with this with the exit of that corner, don't drop your left hand tires outside the right side of the red and white curb there, as you will get a penalty. You can go quite wide, but just try not to go too wide there, as you will get a penalty. So you're aiming for about this part of the curb here for the next left-hander. I tend to hit the nose on that curb and then get it off the accelerator, very lightly on the brakes, just enough to get the arse end, the nose into that apex, and then accelerating out. If you get too hard on it, I've noticed you get a lot of understeer. But at this point, I'm in third gear. So you'll see here, just coming up to the curb, hitting the curb there, off the accelerator, slightly trailing into the corner, and then just getting a good run out of that one. Once again, you want to be all the way around that corner before you start accelerating out. Don't accelerate too early, as you'll run it too wide and get yourself another penalty. As you'll see on the telemetry there, up into third, all up into fourth, I think it is. Fourth. Now, at the Acme sign there, probably about a car length before the Acme sign, on the brakes, back down to third, back down to fourth. I'll aim, sort of go in more. I go in on the right-hand side of the track, but then I'll start trailing before I hit my last downshift into second, into more mid-track, and then hitting a mid-apex as well, as you'll see here. Just trying to use all the track there, guys, and get more of a mid to later apex on this one. With a few track guys I've seen during the week, they'll come all the way over to the left here just to set up a later one. I sort of more stay. I did try it on this one, but I've noticed after this one I've started to keep more of a mid track and then get a later apex as much as I can in this one, holding second all the way through here, as you'll see. So trailing off, just be ever so gentle on the left-hander and this right-hander. Obviously, if you get hard on the brakes, you just get unstable the car and get a lot of understeer. So just watch your braking is probably the main tip I can give you through these ones. Don't get too hard, just enough to get your ass end around and get you over to that apex where you want to be. Holding second through this one. Once again, making sure you're all the way around there before you start accelerating. All the way up into the third gear here. Now, with this one, I've noticed once again you want to go off the accelerator just that smidge. I did think it was quite early. You had to get off the accelerator, but it's just come back to me that when I was pushing it about 20 laps after that I did this lap, I was leaving it a little bit later, but I was turning in third gear. So coming up, getting off the accelerator in third gear, hitting that apex and short shifting fourth pretty much as you hit your apex. So you're coming up, looking across, you sight your apex, you see that you're heading for that apex, short shift fourth, and then accelerating out just to get that arse end around and getting a good run out of there, as you'll see here, just there. So you see with that one, the boys are getting on the comms there. So I'm up to third here. You'll hear it. I'll go up, come across sight, and even just before I hit the apex, you'll hear it shift into fourth. There. So getting a good run out. For the last corner, don't mind Matty Vanderkreen there, giving what's his name, Rattler, a little bit of stick, but who doesn't? Love you, Rattler. So with the last corner here, guys, the green part of the end of the curb there, that is my brake marker. So I hit about there, get off the accelerator on the brakes. Pretty straightforward corner here. I sort of aim more mid-track and then try for a later sort of apex. Don't sort of aim straight for here. Get your braking done this way and then coming in more mid apex and then holding it nice and tight, getting around that corner again and accelerating out as hard as you can using all the track.
Hi, mate.
So I'm in third gear here, coming across, hitting that apex nice and tight, accelerating out.
Running home mate to the right people, mate.
And that's another track guide, guys. We'll stop these guys from talking. That's another track guide, guys. I hope you got something out of it as usual. Think about subscribing, leave us a thumbs up, and can't wait to see you in the race on Thursday night, guys. Appreciate it. See you guys.